girls are here. That always makes me happy. Meetings now streaming live on YouTube. Well, here we are. Well, let me introduce who we all are to all of you who are joining us today for our Valentine's celebration party with the fabulous Love's Sweet Arrow independent bookstore that specializes in, guess what? Romance. And is that perfect for right before Valentine's Day? So I am very happy to have some fabulous, amazing women with me. These ladies are all USA Today, New York Times best-selling, award-winning authors. They're just an amazing bunch of women. And so I'm going to introduce them to you very quickly in case you haven't already met them. I suspect a lot of you do know us now because some of you have been partying with us throughout the week. But we will start with, I think we're going to do it this way. I'm going to have you, after I introduce you, share something about yourself that maybe somebody doesn't know or you think might be interesting. And we'll start with our gazillion best-selling Debbie Macomber, who has been a wonderful friend and mentor to so many of us. Debbie, tell us something about your fabulous, I have a million movies and TV series to my credit self.
I love popcorn. I am addicted to popcorn. We have a movie house popcorn popper at our home and our weekend home, and we have a suite at the Seahawks, and we have a popcorn popper there too, because I cannot watch anything without popcorn.
Gosh, yeah. Well, we'll have to have Brenda when we're having her share, tell about that popcorn cake recipe that she was talking about the other day, because that might be a good recipe for Debbie to have, huh? Okay, yeah. So here's Debbie, another one of our award-winning and best-selling authors, Rayanne Thayne, who I'm sure some of you know. And Rayanne, you want to share a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I actually in high school was the scorekeeper for my baseball team, my high school baseball team. So I had a job, part-time job over the summers, keeping score for high school baseball games.
Oh, that's too funny. Did you ever play baseball?
No, I played softball. I was pretty good at softball, but so I traveled around with the high school team and knew all the guys on the team.
Oh, that's a rough deal. Boy, that's pretty, I bet you got some dates out of that. How fun.
Not much.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Okay, and how about Brenda? Brenda, again, Brenda's like our little overachiever. She has everything from those, what do you call those? I want to say gift boxes, that subscription box.
The Brenda Novak book boxes, in which for my book group, we feature a different author each month, and you can get autographed copies of that author's new release in the boxes. So it's been real fun. I think I've featured almost all of you ladies. So we've been doing it for 4 years. So we're getting up there as far as the number of authors that we've done and the number of signed books that we've sent out. But a little known fact about me would be I once, you can't say starred, this is using the term very loosely, but I appeared, how about that? I appeared in a reality show where they were looking for romance cover models. So these guys were competing. And when I was first asked to do this, I was told that they would be doing Olympic events, which sounds like, okay, like that's not too corny. That's going to be good, you know? So I get down there and they dress me up in a toga, and it's, it's LA, right? I mean, it is so cold. And they decide that the Olympic events, that sounds too boring. They're going to have a thing where my court, which were these other ladies they had recruited to be with me on my Greek platform, we're going to fill these guys up in a wet t-shirt. And I'm sitting there going, oh no, like this is going south really fast. And so I had recruited my niece as one of them, and she's like filling up this guy's chest, and I'm just sitting there going, oh, I feel so awkward. So every time they kept coming to me to ask me, I kept trying to say, this really isn't what romance is about. Like romance is about, you know, finding love, making a commitment, the one person that really fulfills you, about starting families, you know, like, and of course that's all the stuff that they cut.
Of course, because how boring.
So yeah, so I have somebody in my book group who actually has a tape of that. She keeps saying she's going to send it to me. I'd actually like to see it because it's been, I don't know, 10.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I guess you could have always said, love can also be about finding a hunky guy in a wet t-shirt. I don't know. That's pretty crazy though. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's too funny.
They were freezing. I felt so bad for them because they doused them with water, and it was so cold outside. And I mean, they were shivering. Like these poor guys are just these young men just shivering like this. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm embarrassed.
Price you pay for being a hunk, you know, I mean, suffer to be beautiful and all that. So that's pretty funny. Now, how about you, Mel? Did you ever have anything interesting in your background that we need to know about?
Well, my parents got divorced while my mom was pregnant with me. So my mom, single mom, and she was a school teacher, and school teachers get raises by continuing their education. So one summer she decided that she was going to take a 6-week course in Guadalajara, Mexico. So she bought a little van conversion motorhome, and we took several days to drive down, you know, just my mom and us. This was in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And then we spent 6 weeks down there. We had a lot of things happen along the way that, you know, God love her, she was just brave enough to take 3 kids with her down to a foreign country driving.
Wow.
Yeah.
You ever thought of putting that in a memoir or something? That would make for a really interesting story.
Yeah, it would. One time, a cow darted out in the road in front of us, and she hit the tail. She braked just enough and veered over just enough to hit the tail. But yeah, there were some exciting times where we were all like, oh.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's the title of your book then, Cowtails. Ha ha ha.
There you go.
Cow pies.
Good one, Sheila, good one.
Anyway, I'm Sheila Roberts, and I'm wearing my in honor of where we are, our Smart Girls Read Romance. And so, of course, everybody who's here obviously is smart because you're hopefully reading us. And my life is pretty much an open book too. Debbie had kind of said that before we got started, and I thought, yeah, I'm such a blabbermouth. Everybody knows everything I'm ever going through, and so I'm not too many secrets here. But I will say that I had some weird beginnings into my writing career. I wanted a career in music, and was always going to Nashville, and I'd meet semi-famous and famous people and make all these connections and go back home to Washington. And nobody wants to do songwriting with you if you're not living in the town. So that finally did not happen, and I wound up becoming a writer. But before that, I was writing songs. I had a singing telegram company at one point, and that was great fun. I got to sing to Mickey Mouse on a Destroyer, and got to sing to, if any of you ever watched Hee Haw, Roy Clark came to town with some people, and I just thought he was such a cool singer. I completely was very unprofessional. I just turned into a germ and went, oh, Roy Clark, I love you. I'm supposed to be singing to myself. That was a little pathetic, but there you have it. I was young. That's my excuse. Anyway, that is a little bit about us that you might not have known, and maybe more than you wanted to know, but too bad. We're going to move it along. I should have mentioned as we were talking about ourselves to grab a pen and pencil, or pen and blah, 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 easy for me to say, pen and paper, or pencil and paper, because we're going to play a little game here. We've been at each of our stops this week, we've been playing different games, and Brenda has come up with a game for us that we think we're going to be able to sort of participate in, but I think she's going to be putting us on the spot just a little bit also. Is that correct?
Yeah, I thought I would change it up a little bit in that because mine's multiple choice trivia, so you have a lot better chance because you can always guess if you don't know. And I thought it would be fun that if the author I ask for the answer also gets it right before I give the answer, then you get 2 points. So I thought that'd be fun. Are you guys game for that?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's multiple choice. So even if you get it wrong, no big deal. Okay, Valentine trivia quiz. In which country is it customary for women to give men chocolate on Valentine's Day? Is it A, Japan, B, Canada, C, Switzerland, or D, Italy? In what country is it customary for women to give men chocolate for Valentine's Day? A, Japan, B, Canada, C, Switzerland, or D, Italy. Okay, and we will move on to number 2. And
Which?
B, Canada.
Oh, Joanne, let me interrupt. Joanne, no, you don't have to answer on the chat. Just write this down on your pieces of paper, and then afterwards we're going to ask how many you all got right. So we should have clarified that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, my instructions were bad. Okay, are you ready for number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which movie was not released on Valentine's Day? A, Silence of the Lambs. B, A Good Day to Die Hard. C, Daredevil. D, 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, which movie was not released on Valentine's Day? A, Silence of the Lambs. B, A Good Day to Die Hard. C, Daredevil. D, 50 Shades of Grey.
Wow,
Okay.
these are hard.
You have multiple choice, so you could pick one. You
Now
could
that
do-
helps. Just pick something.
All right. 3. How much do people spend on Valentine's Day in America? A, 10.5 million. B, 8.3 billion. So million to billion. C, 19.7 billion. Or D, 40.2 billion. How much do people spend on Valentine's Day in America? A, 10.5 million. B, 8.3 billion. C, 19.7 billion. D, 40.2 billion. And obviously, you're not going to know the exact figure. So really what you're saying is, do you think it's small, medium, even higher, or high, right? So that's kind of what you're choosing from. All right. 4. Which fast food chain offers tableside service on Valentine's Day? Is it A, KFC? Is it B, Burger King? Is it C, Quiznos? Or is it D, White Castle? This is number 4. Which fast food chain offers tableside service on Valentine's Day? A, KFC. B, Burger King. C, Quiznos. Or D, White Castle. Okay, 5. In Roman mythology, who is Cupid's mom? Is it A, Psyche, B, Venus, D, Juno? Oh, C is Juno. D is Luna. Luna. So 5. In Roman mythology, who is Cupid's mom? A, Psyche, B, Venus, C, Juno, D, Luna. Okay, number 6. Which president lost his first wife on Valentine's Day? Is it A, John Tyler, B, Millard Fillmore, C, Theodore Roosevelt, or D, Woodrow Wilson? 6. Which president lost his first wife on Valentine's Day? A, John Tyler, B, Millard Fillmore, C, Theodore Roosevelt, or D, Woodrow Wilson? Okay, number 7. What was the name of the small heart-shaped sweets manufactured by Swizzle, which had short romantic messages printed on them? Are they A, Parma, B, Choose Me, CHEWS, Choose Me, C, Jelly Belly, or D, Love Hearts? What was the name of the small heart-shaped sweets manufactured by Swizzle, which had short romantic messages printed on them? A, Parma, B, Choose Me, C, Jelly Belly, D, Love Hearts. 8, and there's 12, so just to let you know how many we have. We have 12 total. Okay, number 8. Which one was considered Shakespeare's most romantic play? A, Romeo and Juliet, B, Othello, C, The Tempest, D, Hamlet. Which one was considered Shakespeare's most romantic play? A, Romeo and Juliet, B, Othello, C, The Tempest, D, Hamlet. Okay, number 9. Today we associate love with the heart, but this wasn't always the case. In medieval times, which internal organ was believed to cause love? Was it A, the eyes? Was it B, the liver? Was it C, the kidneys? Was it D, the lips? Okay, today we associate love with the heart, but this wasn't always the case. In medieval times, which internal organ was believed to cause love? Was it the eyes, A, B, the liver, C, the kidneys, D, the lips? 10. Approximately what percentage of Valentine's Day cards are purchased by women? Is it A, 15%, B, 85, C, 65, D, 35? 10. Approximately what percentage of Valentine's Day cards are purchased by women? A, 15%, B, 85%, C, 65%, or D, 35%. 11. Which is the approximate date of the first Valentine ever? Is it A, 1415? Is it B, 1316? Is it C, 1217? Or is it D, 1615? Huh? Oh, sorry, I thought somebody was talking to me. Okay, 11. What is the approximate date of the first Valentine ever sent? A, 1415, B, 1316, C, 1217, D, 1615. So you got a wide range of dates to choose from there. Okay, number 12, and this is our last question. A Roman myth says that roses grew when Cupid was carrying a certain liquid to the gods on Mount Olympus. Cupid spilled the liquid, and from that spot, roses grew. What was the liquid? Was it A, ambrosia, B, nectar, C, olive oil, or D, wine? I'll repeat the last one more time. 12. A Roman myth says that roses grew when Cupid was carrying a certain liquid to the gods on Mount Olympus. Cupid spilled the liquid, and from that spot, roses grew. What was the liquid? A, ambrosia, B, nectar, C, olive oil, or D, wine? Okay, I hope everybody has their answers. And we will go through and give the answers. And before I announce the answer, I'll ask one of our esteemed panelists if they have a guess or an answer. And if they get it right and you get it right, you get 2 points for that question. Okay, so first question is, in which country is it customary for women to give men chocolate on Valentine's Day? Rayanne, is it A, Japan, B, Canada, C, Switzerland, or D, Italy?
I was thinking Japan, but
Woo!
that's just a
You
guess.
guys are going to be lucky. She just got you an extra point. Woo! Analyst rule. Okay. So 2 points. The answer is Japan. Okay. So 2. Which movie was not released on Valentine's Day, Mel? Was it Silence of the Lambs, A Good Day to Die Hard, Daredevil, number C, or D, 50 Shades of Grey?
I had B, the Die Hard movie.
Okay, you'll be surprised. I think this was a trick question because it was
50 Shades
of Grey, the only romance movie on there. So I think they tricked us with that one. So if anybody put that 50 Shades of Grey was the only movie not released on Valentine's Day, you get a point. Okay. Which fast food chain offers tableside service on Valentine's Day? Sheila?
Oh, wait, is that 4? Go back to 3.
Oh, thank you for catching me, Mel. Okay. How much I should have written this type bigger even with my glasses. Okay. How much do people spend on Valentine's Day in America, Sheila? Is it 10.5 million, B, 8.3 billion, C, 19.7 billion, or D, a whopping 40.2 billion?
Boy, I'd love to know where they get these numbers. I had no idea. I just took a wild guess with 8.3 billion.
Oh, you were close. It was 19.7 billion.
Wow.
So if anybody put number C, then you get a point for number 3.
Wow.
And number 4, this will be Debbie's question. Which fast food chain offers tableside service on Valentine's Day? Is it KFC, Burger King, Quiznos, or White Castle?
I put
I bet
C.
Debbie eats at fast food places on Valentine's all the time, so she should be really great to answer this question.
No, I know. I put C. I can't even remember which one it was now.
C was Quiznos. I probably would have guessed that too, but because I'm not familiar with White Castle. Does anybody know White Castle? That's the
Yes,
answer.
I do. And I
You
guessed
did?
it.
Oh,
Right.
we should have
There
stolen
you.
that question. We don't have buzzers to be like, I'll take that one. Yeah, so it was White Castle. So if you got White Castle, then you get a point. Okay, this will go back to Rayanne Thane. In Roman mythology, who is Cupid's mom? Psyche, Venus, Juno, or Luna?
Yeah, see, I'm not good at Roman mythology, so I'm going to say wild guess B.
Woo, she got it right again. Now I'm going to have her on my trivia team if I ever do this for money. And the answer is Venus. So if you got Venus correct on number 5, you just got an extra point because Rayanne also got it.
You are
Woo.
welcome.
And she's pretending like she doesn't really know. Can you believe that?
No, I didn't know. Honestly, I just randomly guessed. So.
She's being humble, so the rest of us don't feel bad. Okay, this one would be a pure guess for me. It's number 6. Which president lost his first wife on Valentine's Day? Mel, is it John Tyler, Millard Fillmore, Theodore Roosevelt, or Woodrow Wilson?
It was a total guess. John Tyler.
Oh, almost. It's Theodore Roosevelt. I should have given you a hint. Did you get it,
Debbie got
Debbie?
it.
I got it because I read some a while ago about how devastated he was at the loss of his wife.
Oh, that's sad, huh?
Aw.
To lose somebody on Valentine's Day. I like hearing about people getting together on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I picked the wrong one to help with that. That should have been Debbie. Okay, number 7. What was the name of the small heart-shaped sweets manufactured by Swizzle? And this is going to be such an easy one. I can't believe it. Sheila's getting it. Which had romantic messages printed on them? Is it Parma, Choose Me, Jelly Belly, or Love Hearts?
I was going to say love hearts. I hope that's right.
Yeah, it's the Love Hearts. You know, the little packages that you get that have the
Yes, they were so
love me,
cute.
hug you, whatever.
I remember those when I was a kid. Oh my goodness.
I've even bought them as adult. I like them. Okay, so Debbie, let's go with you for
Shakespeare. Oh yeah, I'm such a Shakespearean expert.
well, this one I think you will get. Which one? I think we could all get this one, luckily. Which one was considered Shakespeare's most romantic play? Romeo and Juliet, Othello, The Tempest, or Hamlet?
Romeo and Juliet.
Woo! Okay, so if you also said Romeo and Juliet, Debbie just won you an extra point.
All right.
Same went for Sheila on number 7. Okay, so this one's going to be Rayanne again. Today we associate love with the heart, but this wasn't always the case. In medieval times, which internal organ was believed to cause love, Rayanne? Was it the eyes, the liver, the kidneys, or the lips? That wasn't a hint, sorry.
How about the liver?
Wow, she is 3 for 3. I'm definitely recruiting this woman. So
There was a clue in there though. There was
Huh?
a clue because you said internal organ.
oh, true.
Oh, maybe that's
True.
why
The
I
lips
got
and
it.
The eyes are not internal. Debbie, you're clever
And
girl.
neither are the lips.
That's right. Good job. Okay, and so we got an extra point on number 9 as well. Our panelist is doing quite stellar. Okay, number 10. This is Mel's question. Approximately what percentage of Valentine's Day cards are purchased by women? 15, 85, 65, or 35?
Gosh, I was going to say B, 85%.
Wow, woo, woo, woo. Okay, that's right. It's 85%. Mel just got an extra point.
I want to say something. Years ago, I heard a statistic that 75% of all romance books, or all books total, are bought by women. And I told Wayne that, and he looked at me and he says, Debbie, everything is bought by a woman.
Hilarious. Well, they do say that the women control the purse strings in most households. So,
Yeah.
yep, I believe him. Okay, we are at Miss Sheila.
Oh, boy.
Got her smart girl t-shirt on. So here we go. What is the she's getting a hard one to make up for the easy one you got last time. What is the approximate date of the first Valentine ever sent? 1415, 1316, 1217, or 1615?
You know, this is really embarrassing because I remember the whole story behind Valentine's Day, and it was during a time of persecution. And the one guy being persecuted, he was sending love notes to this lady he wasn't supposed to, and he'd signed it. His name was Valentine. It'd say, "From your Valentine." But I don't know the day, so I'm just going to guess it's 1615.
Oh, close. It was one just prior to that, the 1415 one. So A.
I was trying to remember, when were the different times of persecution? I need to go back and take a history class.
Yeah, well, I think there's periods of persecution all through the middle.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so that one is 1415 for those who are keeping track. And our last question for Miss Debbie is, a Roman myth says that roses grew when Cupid was carrying a certain liquid to the gods on Mount Olympus. Cupid spilled the liquid, and from that spot, roses grew. What was the liquid? Was it ambrosia? Huh?
I thought it was wine.
Wine. Well, that's a right-in answer. If you wrote in wine, I'll give you that extra point that Debbie just got you. It's ambrosia, nectar, olive oil. Oh, why? No, it was on here. I didn't think it was on there. I'm thinking, what a smart write-in, but you're right. It was deep. Sorry, that wasn't it. It was nectar.
Oh, darn.
I thought it
I
was.
would have thought wine too, had I actually internalized when I was reading that was actually on the list. So
Yeah, I took ambrosia rose. The roses bloomed from there. I thought that would be a good answer.
Yeah, that'd be a great answer too. Just not the right one, but
Just
good.
not the right one.
But anyway, those of you who have, we had a potential of 24, but there were some hard questions. So did anybody have over 15?
I'm monitoring the YouTube chat, so I'll let you know
good.
if anybody had more than 15. Yeah, they're actually there. I wanted to point out there's a comment for Debbie. Ryder Gal, Wyoming said, "Debbie, I interviewed you when I worked for the Wyoming Tribune Eagle. You are so nice." So there you go, Debbie.
It's so
I
nice.
get downright friendly. What can I say?
16 points. Ann Matthewson has 16 points. There's 7, there's 10. I think 16 is so far. Anybody higher than
Ann
16?
Mathewson, and she always helps check our boxes.
Comment for Debbie. Ryder Gal, Wyoming. Oops.
That's good. So who do we have as our winner then?
So did anybody
Ann
get
Matthewson,
more
it
than 15?
looks like.
No, Ann won. Congratulations, Ann. Ann is wonderfully supportive of all of us. She reads like nobody's business.
That is very cool.
All
All right, well, guess what Ann is going to be getting? I have this little mini candy box. And Ann, what I need you to do is send your snail mail address to me.
Ann Matthewson, it looks like.
No, Ann won. Congratulations, Ann. Ann is.
Oh my gosh, we've got major echo going on.
Well, I think somebody might be following the YouTube and needs to turn it down.
Yeah, maybe if you can turn down your screens, you guys. Sorry about that. But anyway,
Yeah.
so Ann,
Arsene.
if you can use the contact through my website, sheilasplace.com, or my like page on Facebook, and send me your snail mail address, I will stick these little chocolates in the mail for you this coming week for a belated Valentine's Day goodie. So thanks for that, and for everybody playing along. That was kind of a fun thing to get to do. We appreciate that. And I guess this is good. We've got Rhiannon in charge. I'm glad somebody is monitoring the YouTube. I have all I can do to keep track of where I am here. So Rhiannon, I'm going to depend on you to help us pick our winners for our door prizes. We will be having some door prizes later, and Rhiannon will help me with that so that we don't have to bug our poor little love sweet arrow gal who has her hands full just keeping things going behind the scenes for us. So, all right, well, moving right along then, because we do have Valentine's Day coming right around the corner, and all week long we've been sharing things about Valentine's Day in our own lives and sharing tips, and we're going to do one last round of that here with just our thoughts on Valentine's Day and some things that maybe you can do to make your Valentine's Day a little more fun, or make it fun for someone special in your life. So we're going to start with Miss Debbie. Debbie, what thoughts do you have? Snowed in up there in Washington.
Oh, yes, we have lots and lots of snow here. In fact, I was afraid we were going to lose the internet, but we're good. So I'm here. I thought I would just tell you a little story about Wayne. Wayne is not a romantic kind of guy. He just is not. I mean, love him dearly, but he hasn't got a romantic bone in his body. But he really felt like he needed to get me something special for Valentine's Day. One year, he had gotten his license to fly planes. I mean, just a little private planes, and we invested in a part share of an airplane. Apparently, the share we got was the gas tank in the engine, but we won't go into that. So Wayne for Valentine's Day is so proud because he got me something he knew that I would appreciate. And it was a little bladder thing that you take onto the plane that you can pee in so he doesn't have to land.
What a romantic fool.
He just couldn't understand why I was laughing hysterically. This was not diamonds, chocolates, roses. No, it was a portable potty. And it was this little contraption that it looked like a boga bag, you know, what you use when you put liquor in. That's what it kind of looked like.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So
Oh my
that's my tip is just be happy with what you have.
Oh, well, that was a very practical and kind
Yes,
gift.
it
So
was.
we can. And
Indeed.
Rand just said that we've had one person who chimed in late. We'll take one last person. Hopefully you are in the US, but
So
one more.
it's, yeah,
Who was our last
Colette
person
Hilliard
chimed
had
in?
20.
Who did?
Colette Hilliard.
Oh,
Colette Hilliard.
Okay.
wow. Wet
Well,
tea.
Hilliard, so that same thing for you. You need to get care of either the SheilasPlace.com, my website, in the comment section, or make a comment on my Facebook like page and send me your snail mail address, and we will get your chocolates off to you. So that's very fun. All right. Well, Debbie's. I gotta give your husband points for practicality because I mean there have been many a time on road trips. I'm thinking I wish I had a that was the whatever they call that one for the guys. They have a portable potty for guys, but women, it's just a little bit more of a challenge. And so that was really actually a very thoughtful gift. Maybe not the most romantic. He maybe should have drawn a little heart on it or something, but that's pretty funny. Pretty spectacular.
The one to always empty it.
How about Rayanne? Do you have some thoughts for us, Rayanne?
Yes, actually I do. So we've been married, it'll be 35 years this year. So we did a lot of really sweet romantic things and gifts early in our marriage, but sort of as we've gotten a little bit older, we kind of tend more toward experiences. And we both love jazz. And there's in our state, we're really lucky that there's a jazz program where every month, they bring a jazz performer in to perform in Salt Lake. And so around Valentine's Day, it's usually somebody who's more of a singer who sings love songs and things like that. And so several years we've gone down to Salt Lake to hear a jazz concert that we love. It's really wonderful when we can get a getaway because it doesn't happen very often in our circumstances. But I did want to share what my husband did last night, because I've told you guys that he's not always, it's hard to come up with ideas for us these days, but I got him a truck for Valentine's Day. Well, not me, but he bought one. He bought a truck. It's the truck of his dreams. And so, since I'm the moneymaker at this point, I tell him, you got a Valentine's for the rest of your life now because you got this truck. But last night he said, well, let's go on a date. So I didn't know what we were going to do. He wouldn't tell me. He had our one son watch our other son. And so we drove in his new truck and we went to where we actually had our first date, near where our first date was. And he had his iPad all set up to watch the movie that we watched on our first date, which was Pretty in Pink. So we watched Pretty in Pink in his new truck on his iPad, and he had popcorn, he had a blanket so I wouldn't be cold, and drinks for us and everything. It was really sweet.
That is very cute. How clever.
Yeah.
And then you could do a little necking while you were at it, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we didn't do that because I can't get over the middle of the truck now. It's too wide. There's a club seats.
No hooking up in the truck. That's okay.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet. Very, very cool. Okay, and Brenda, what about you? You always have something good to share.
Well, I feel bad. I think maybe I'm the practical one in our relationship. My husband's really good about doing thoughtful things. And today I said, Valentine's Day this weekend, is there any way you could clean the garage? So I think I'm getting a clean garage, which is actually what I'm really most excited about. So maybe I'm the practical one. Anyway, my Valentine idea was just revolved about something easy and fun that you could do. I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a little gauze bag. And if you wanted to give these Valentines to your gal pals or anybody else, your family or your, but if you, I mean, I can't imagine making more than one for a man, but anyway, it says Happy Valentine's Day, XOXO, and you can have your name. You can have these stamps customary. So then you can just get as many bags as you want and you can stamp them. This went into our February Brenda Novak book box. And then it's a game as well as a Valentine because in you've got kisses and hugs. So you can play, once you take out your kisses, you can lay it flat and you can play tic-tac-toe on it. So
That's so cute.
yeah, just a little cute Valentine. And then I also wanted to, I wanted to show you how easy it is. My husband's favorite thing in the world, I don't know, can you guys see this?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Are, here, maybe this way, are chocolate dipped strawberries. And I know the ones that you buy, if you don't eat them right away, they weep and they're really hard. And these even you have to eat within a day or so. But it's just so fun and easy to make your own. You can put whatever you want on them. One of them I did Heath Bar candy, and this is more of a candy cane like thing. This is Oreos, and this is like a white chocolate candy bar. So anyway, I just did some different ones. I did some light chocolate and some dark chocolate. And usually to get the chocolate on smooth, I would add a little bit of Crisco in when I melt the chocolate in either a double boiler or in the microwave. But we've gotten so health minded that I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I was really afraid these would not look good. But actually it was pretty easy to still dip them even without that making it, smooth and runny. And I think they turned out just fine. And I'll feel more comfortable eating them. I know that. So anyway, if you've never tried making chocolate covered strawberries, definitely do it. All it takes is some, chocolate chips and whatever toppings you want and a microwave. And it's just really, really easy. So those were my Valentine's ideas for today.
That's kind of a fun thing you can do with your kids too, kind of a fun family thing that you can do if you're looking for a fun family craft to do some chocolate chip strawberries. And I've seen them in the store right now, so it's not too late to run out, unless you're snowed in like Debbie, to run out and get some makings chocolate dip.
You mentioned the popcorn cake, so I meant to tell everybody or show them a picture of that. Here it is. This is, Debbie, you would love this. It's the popcorn dessert. And it's in the taste book that my daughter designed for me of all my favorite treats. These are the Novak Sugar Rush recipes that we've had for years. And we have a digital version that everybody can download from my website if you want to grab it from there. Or we have some print ones that we do different various packages with. You can look for that occasionally on my store. But anyway, so you can download your free taste book if you want to make some treats for Valentine's Day. I think it also has the recipe in there. I posted the cake I just made my son-in-law for his birthday. He loves homemade German chocolate cake. And I posted about that. And I think the recipe is in here as well if you want that recipe, or you can copy it off that Facebook post. I don't see it, but I think it's in here.
Very fun, very fun. It's always fun to make special treats for Valentine's Day. How about you, Mel? Mel, for some of you who have not heard this yet, has been for the last million years remodeling her new house, and cracks me up. This woman has made it. I can't believe it. Today she was hanging drywall. Oh my goodness, Mel, you're superwoman. So in between hanging drywall, what are y'all doing for Valentine's Day?
Well, actually, my husband asked me that this morning. And I was like, well, we'll probably be hanging more drywall, but we are doing something fun today. I've been talking about it all week, but actually we picked up our stuff yesterday. Our realtor is, they arranged for a baking session with her clients. I didn't know what we were baking. I still don't really know what we're baking. We picked up yesterday an aluminum baking pan with all the ingredients we needed to bake in it, and a bottle of wine, which is awesome. It's totally awesome. And we're making cheesy bacon date bread, but it came with no recipe. It just said, you're gonna need all these utensils. So when we sign on, they're gonna make it fun by saying, okay, now measure out this or whisk the egg or do whatever. So it's gonna be like an hour and a half of drinking your wine and socializing with people you don't know. But this would be really fun to do with family members, I think, or with Brenda's book club, like saying, okay, we're going to send you the dry goods, right? And then you need to have an egg or whatever. We're going to be baking something that's a surprise.
We actually are doing something like that, Mel. We have a chocolate making candy class with the owner of Z Chocolato in San Francisco.
I saw that.
Did you see
I
that?
was gonna mention that, yeah.
Chocolate cupcake, peanut butter cupcake, and dipped Oreos and turtles and different things. And so when you buy a ticket, like what's happening with you, they send you the stuff in the mail, and then you go on a Zoom class and you make it all. So I'm looking forward to learning how to do better chocolate dipped strawberries and many other things.
Now, is there still space in that to do that, Brenda? Is it too late to sign up?
Well, we initially sold out, and then we asked him if we could add in a few more people. So there may be 1 or 2 more tickets. So if somebody wants to grab that, definitely grab your ticket, and then you get your kit in the mail. And it's just, February 25th, right after our book group meeting. So it'll be 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time for the class. Kind of late, sorry, Eastern time, but because of our book group meeting, we'll be talking with our author before that. So. Who is,
All right, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Very fun.
I was excited to get the bread pan, the little loaf pan, because we have not unpacked our kitchen really. I mean, we just have basic utensils. We thought this renovation was going to take 4 months, and now we're like 8 months in.
Wow.
I have nothing.
How much longer do you have to go on your renovation?
They're saying 2 months.
All right.
We had,
Oh my gosh.
we had our architect had a fight with City Hall. He said, I'm so tired of this. I'm going to fight City Hall on that. And that delayed us like 9 or 10 weeks.
Wow.
Of
That
him
reminds me
being,
of the old movie.
mano a mano.
The old movie, The Money Pit. Did any of you see that? And every time they talked to the contractor, how much longer is this going to take? I think it was, I remember what it was, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And of course it went on and on. So yeah, we've done some remodeling ourselves. I know how that can go. But anyway, well, hopefully, by next Valentine's Day, your whole house will be done and you'll be great. Well, for me, Valentine's Day, I just love any excuse for a party and to have fun. My family were big entertainers and we did all kinds of fun things together. And so I just like to keep that carrying on. And we also did things for the neighbors. I remember every May Day, my mom would make these cute little paper May Day baskets and put little flowers in them. I'd toot around to all the neighbors and deliver them. And so, and Christmas, you're delivering cookies to the nursing home and all that kind of thing. And so it's always fun. I was just out earlier today dropping off fat bombs to all my neighbors. So I made my little Valentine cookies. But here's something, and I shared this at one of our earlier parties, but that you can make. I'm gonna see if I can get this at all tipping over. I'm gonna be able to tip the thing. There we go. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that.
Yum.
Yeah,
Pretzel turtles, and they're just so easy to make. And I do have the ones in my picture on the website don't have nuts on the top because frankly I forgot about the nuts till somebody reminded me at an earlier party. But all you want is mini pretzels, those Rolo candy bars, the little circle disc candies that look like a mini tower, Rolo. And you're going to heat your oven to 250. You're going to lay out your mini pretzels on a cookie sheet, set a Rolo on top of each one. You put it in the oven for about 6 minutes, just long enough for them to get melty. And when you come out, you don't want to do the nuts, you can just flatten them with a spoon, or you can just stick a little pecan half or walnut on the top, and then just put it in your fridge to set up for a little while, and you are good to go. So it's not quite as elegant as the strawberries, but it might be an easier thing to do. Again, this is a fun thing you can do with kids if you want, or grandkids. So it's kind of fun. And a fun thing to be able to take to the neighbors. It's not real expensive to make, and it's just real pretty. And if you're getting down, this was another one I shared earlier, but I just think this is fun because all you need is a blindfold, and you can play a little game of Find Me. If you've got a family that's with you, kids, I was telling the ladies, we used to play this with the kids in high school, and it's called Sardines. And one person goes and hides somewhere in the house, the shower, under the bed, in a closet, wherever, and they just don't say a word, and they just stay hidden. Everybody else is looking for them. When you find the person who's hidden, you hide with them. And then the next person who comes along hides with both of you. And you all keep doing this until everybody's all squashed together, hidden in the same spot. And of course, if you're the first one to hide, hopefully you had some chocolate with you to dole out. And if you want to do the more adult version, guess who? You're going to be the one hidden, and your sweetie can come looking for you. And hopefully you'll have a little treat of your choice. and I won't go into specifics, you can figure that out, to share it with your sweetheart when you get found. So just a kind of fun little things that you can do, and kind of fun too if you happen to be married to somebody that they don't want the pressure, I have to be creative. It just takes the pressure off, and it's a day for lovely gestures, and we don't want it to make it a day where somebody's like, oh, I have to perform. It just needs to be a day to share the love and make everybody feel appreciated. So whatever you want to do and however you choose to make that happen, I know you'll all get really creative and be able to do something. And one thing, this is going to lead us to our very last segment. I loved Brenda's suggestion a while back, was about getting a book buddy and having a book boyfriend. Because books, I mean, you don't have to fight them for the remote. They don't steal the covers. You can have your book boyfriend. And we're all about books, aren't we, ladies? And we all have books coming out that are available now or will be out. And so I'm going to just give the gals a quick chance to mention them for those of you who maybe have not been partying with us along the party trail. So Debbie, how about you?
All right, I have a book coming out in July. It is called It's Better This Way. This is the cover. And it's a story of a woman who's gone through a divorce that she never wanted and fought very, very hard to save her marriage. And in the end, she just remembered something her father told her, and it was, he always said, it's better this way. And so she's reinventing her life, selling her home, moving into a condo, and it's just an adventure. It came from an idea I got in church from our pastor, who his dad used to, or he says it's better this way so often that his kids said they're going to put it on his tombstone. So, so I was sitting in church thinking, what kind of instance would it really be better this way? And that's where the whole idea from the book came.
Beautiful.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. How about Rayanne?
Well, I have a book out right now. It is called The Sea Glass Cottage. This is the second book in my Cape Sanctuary series, although they each are totally standalone and don't connect other than geography. They're set in the same little town in Northern California. This is a story about a mother who has some secrets she's kept from her daughter, and she's sort of in an accident and needs some help, even though she doesn't want to admit it. And her sister has to, or her daughter has to come back to town and help her mother. And there's, of course, 2 romances interwoven into this story. That's available now in paperback. This one is called The Path to Sunshine Cove, and it comes out March 30th. And this is the 3rd book in that series. It's coming out in hardcover. And it's about 2 sisters. One is very focused on perfection and making sure that everything is right with her family. She's an Instagram influencer, and she works really hard to make sure that the image that she presents is perfect to the world. When her young son is diagnosed with autism, they sort of have to readjust, and she and her husband have to sort of figure out how to navigate this new world. And then her sister, Jess, takes the childhood trauma that they both suffered on a different extreme, and she's sort of cut off all close ties and roots, has a job traveling around the country, dragging her Airstream behind her and living in her Airstream and helping older people clear out their houses for transitioning to a different stage of life, to a assisted living or senior apartment or something like that. That's her job. And she comes back to this little town in Cape Sanctuary to sort of help her sister with this new transition that her sister's dealing with, and ends up finding those roots that she's, as an adult, has been hesitant to put down. So anyway, March 30th, that one comes out.
I think that is such an interesting career to pick for somebody. How did you come up with the idea, Rayanne, of someone who goes around and helps people get their houses organized and clean them out? Where can we find something like that?
I heard an ad for that kind of a job on the radio, and I thought, oh, wow, that would be an interesting job. And so
yeah,
anyway, it was just somebody saying, we'll help you clean out your house. And I thought, there you go. That's what I need.
That was a great idea. I like that. That was really clever. Okay, Brenda's got a very interesting book coming out here soon too. So
this was on the back. It starts with, how do you start a new chapter when you haven't closed the book on the last one? That's really what this book, The Bookstore on the Beach, is about. It's about a woman whose husband has gone missing, and she has spent a year and a half searching for him. She's come up with some clues that he's possibly connected to the FBI and doing some undercover work in the Ukraine, because he has a background. from over there. His family, some family that lives over there, he knows the language. But the government is claiming, no, we have nothing to do with this. He wasn't working for us. But she thinks that was the case, but she doesn't know. She can't find him. She's been over there. She searched. She has 2 teenage children, and she just doesn't know what to do. So she goes home to her Sable Beach, which is her hometown where she was raised, to live with her mother for the summer and to work in the bookstore, which was always been very comforting and always sense a home for her, that smell of the books and that just, it's a quaint little shop. And so she goes back to heal, and she runs into an old flame, and sparks start flying again, but she doesn't know whether she's even able to move on and let herself love him, if that's disloyal to her husband, if she's somehow cheating, if he has died the way everybody's telling her he must be dead. And so I won't give away the ending. Of course, all my books end happily, but the story also includes her mother and her daughter, which also have a storyline of their own. And her mother is hiding a deep, dark secret that she's hidden for most of this child's life, Autumn, the main character. So anyway, I won't give that away because that's a fun surprise at the end, I think. So this book doesn't come out until April 6th. So, but you can pre-order it now, and I hope that you'll give it a try and that you'll love it.
It sounds really fascinating, and I'm glad to hear there's a happy ending. Especially for romance. I mean, it's like, don't we want a happy ending? Life could be hard enough. We don't need to be depressed by what we read. At least I don't think we do. I sure don't want to be. But all right, how about Mel? Mel, tell us what you got coming up and what's going on for you this month.
Okay, well, I have out a Harlequin with the Littlest Cowgirls. It has adorable babies on the cover, and it's a story about the sexiest man alive, an action hero movie star who thinks he had a date with one twin, but it's actually another twin that he went on the date with, and babies result. And he comes to small town Idaho to kind of straighten out that mess, and fun Western type cowboy things occur. And on February 23rd, I have Dream a Little Dream coming out. And that is a small town, lighthearted story. It's in my Sunshine Valley series, and each book in that series starts with a group of widows getting together to play poker, and the winner gets to choose who they're going to match in the upcoming months, which is really fun. So this one is about a rodeo bull riding cowboy who has broken his leg and is recovering, and his high school sweetheart is now the judge in town, and the widows are gonna try to get them back together.
That sounds so cute. And I love those matchmaking widows. I've read one of the other books in Melinda's series, and it is just so darn funny. So I know this one's going to be just fabulous reading too. So very fun. Some wonderful books coming out from you guys. Very exciting. I'll just quickly mention mine. Our time is starting to wind down here. Maybe while I'm talking, Rayanne, you can start picking some winners for our door prizes for us, so we can announce when we're done. If you're up to, just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. She's going to do this kind of thing, and see if we can pick some names. And wouldn't you know, I would tell you, it must be, I just completely spaced out here, and I now that I'm on screen, I don't want to leave again. I already forgot my chocolates, but I have got this darling little starfish necklace that is going to be my door prize. And maybe while she's announcing winners, I'll try and sneak away and grab it so I can do a show and tell. But first of all, I guess I'll yak just for a second about what I have coming up. I've been working on a series lately that's set in the fictional town of Moonlight Harbor, which is based on Ocean Shores, Washington, which is a funky, fun little beach town on the Washington coast. I just love it there. And it's just a fun place. And so I've got a main character that's kind of traveled through much of this series named Jenna Jones. And she has been hitting restart on her life. She has gone through some bumpy times and been divorced and been supporting her ex, who is an artiste. And she doesn't make money. She's not making very much. She's making more than he is. So she has wound up having to pay spousal support, and she's almost free of him. And she's almost at the point where she wants to get her love life sorted out. And of course, you have to have some hunky guys to choose from. So she's got a couple, and she's going to make her decision. I have a little advanced copy of this book right here in Sunset on Moonlight Beach. And that is coming out in April. I'm very excited. And of course, pre-orders are always acceptable. If you haven't read any of the books in the series, though, I'm suggesting maybe you might want to read one or two of the earlier ones, and you can meet Jenna before she gets her particular resolution to her story. And so, and I'm pretty sure that Love Sweet Arrow has got one of those kicking around that you could order from them, which would be lovely. We do want to support our independent bookstores. And I do want to, while I'm thinking about it, thank them for hosting us today. They've been in business. I think they told us just a couple years now. So much of their business has been going on during the pandemic, as with all our independent businesses, and we want to help them stay in business. So I know you're watching this, many of you on YouTube. Feel free to share this afterward and kind of spread the word so we can get some business going for this wonderful business that they celebrate women, they celebrate romance, they support women authors, and so we want to support them. And then one more thing quickly, I had just realized someone had asked, because I'd mentioned about songwriting, Ann Matthews had asked, well, what songs have I written? Have I written jingles? I have written all kinds of goofy stuff. I wrote all the songs when I have my singing telegram company that our singers delivered. If you go on here on YouTube and look up Merry Christmas Mama, you'll see a song that my songwriting buddy and I wrote under one of my many names. I have multiple personalities. Anyway, and you will see me getting hauled off by Santa Claus. It was very fun. And that was in conjunction. We wrote that as a promo for one of my earlier books called Merry Xmas. So we had great fun doing that. I have another one out there. If you were to look up My Hope, one of the authors, or the songwriters on that, co-writers. And so I've been able to do a few things in the songwriting arena, but we talked about earlier, I think, as all of us gals, that somehow you end up doing what you're really supposed to be doing. And I think we're all here because we're supposed to be writers, right, ladies? And
Right.
These women are wonderful writers. And Graham, I'm going to let you start announcing our winners. I'm going to sneak away real quickly and get my little.
Why don't we have everyone say what they're giving away? We didn't talk about that.
Okay,
So
while you guys are doing
we
that,
each-
okay, so Debbie, you
Okay.
win. Okay.
Okay, I'm giving away a year's subscription to my digital magazine called Welcome Home and a $25 gift certificate to Love Sweet Arrow's bookstore. So this is one way we have as authors of supporting them, and one way for you to support them by buying books there.
Awesome. And I picked Ginger Kent as your winner. So Ginger, if you would just, I guess, do we want them to just get in touch with the bookstore, or do you want them to get in touch with you as the
Bookstore.
winner?
The bookstore.
Okay. Get in touch with the bookstore, Ginger, and then they can let you know details of how to claim your prize. Okay, Brenda, do you want to say who or what you're giving away?
Sure. I'm giving away a $25 gift certificate to the store too, and my cute little Valentine filled with chocolate kisses that you can play tic-tac-toe on. And you can claim yours through my website. There's a giveaway claim form, at least for my section. If you just go to the book group and there's a pull down menu and it says giveaway claim form, and then I'll be able to get this out to you, but you'll contact the bookstore for the gift certificate.
Okay, and I picked Linda Way, who's watching on the Zoom, as your winner. So Linda, just follow Brenda's directions there and to claim your prize.
Congratulations.
Okay. Sheila, do you want to do yours? You have yours?
Yes, I'm finally back now with my little show and tell, my little starfish necklace, which I hope you can see. I think this is so fun and kind of goes with my series. And so I will be giving that to someone. And the same as with the chocolates for me, rather to the Hassle the Poor Bookstore. If you just want to contact me through Sheila's page, can't talk today, the Sheila's Place website, the contact form, or just give me a holler, a shout out through my like page on Facebook, Fun with Sheila. So, and who's my winner?
Okay, it's Allison Loizos. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but I think that's how.
Hey, Allison.
So Allison, she's watching on the YouTube. So she's your winner. So you can contact the bookstore. I'm looking to see if she posted the email there. Oh, yep, she did. So that she's posted the email info@lovesweetarrow.com for collecting your prize from Sheila, or to Sheila's Place, for either one. Okay, Melinda, do you want to do yours?
Yeah, I'm doing a $25 gift certificate to the store.
Okay, and your winner is Corinne Massey is your winner, and so just contact through the bookstore, I think, is the best way to do that. And I am also giving a $25 gift certificate through the store. You can order one of our books or something else that you've been wanting. And my winner was Leslie Kennedy. So that should be all of the winners.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We wish you a wonderful Valentine's Day. I want to thank these authors again who have really given up a lot of their time this week to go tooting around the internet here with me. And we've had a great time. And again, a big thank you to Love Sweet Arrow for hosting us. Let's support stores like this, especially one that really supports women's and women's fiction. Thank you to them for hosting
Thank
us.
you so much. Love Sweet Arrow. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Happy
you.
Valentine's